I no more. I relax tomorrow in the morning at 6 o'clock. I am going to Pansingo City, teacher.
Now you're traveling to Chilpancingo.
Yes.
Are you driving or are you taking a bus?
I go to with my, how do you say, director?
The principal?
Yes. I go to Chilpancingo together in your car.
Yeah, in his car.
Yes, sorry, in his car, sorry.
I don't have a car.
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, but Yasmin, how's your week?
Good afternoon, teacher.
Good afternoon. What did you do yesterday?
Teacher, yesterday I went with my children to the zoo.
To the where?
To the zoo. Zoo.
Zoo?
Zoo.
Oh, zoo.
Z-O-O.
Zoo.
Yes. Yes.
Like,
To the zoo.
una abejita.
Zoo.
Zoo. Zoo.
Yes.
Okay, I can see Judith is also here. Hello, Judith. Welcome.
Hello, teacher. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How was your week?
Okay, my week was okay, teacher. Yesterday I missed the class because I traveled to Ciudad del Carmen and I didn't have time to return to get on time to the class. So, but it was okay, teacher.
Oh, nice. Ciudad del Carmen is Quintana Roo, right? By Cancun?
No, teacher.
Oh, no,
No.
that's Playa del Carmen. That's Playa del
Yes,
Carmen.
that is Playa del Carmen. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, it's nice, nice. What about you, Mr. Felix? How are you?
I'm fine, teacher.
Great. What did you do yesterday?
Well, laundry.
Laundry? You did laundry?
Yes.
I did laundry, yes. What else?
And nothing. True.
Anything fun? Do you watch? Do you play some video games? Do you watch TV? Do you have dinner?
Well, I watch TV with my family.
What do you like? What do you like to watch on TV? Netflix, cartoons, or
Netflix.
Netflix? Are you
Yes.
watching any special show on Netflix right now?
No.
Any series?
No.
No. What do you like? Action shows, sci-fi.
Science fiction.
Action,
Science fiction or
fiction,
ciencia fiction. Uh-huh.
yeah, like Marvels, right? Marvels, all those.
Yes.
All those, excellent. Well, again today, as yesterday, we have just 4 people. Yesterday we have 5 people. So I don't know. Anyway, we have to start the class. Today is the last lesson of the unit. So we start unit 3. So remember, after today, we have to get ready for the exam. You want to be your first exam for level 3, I mean level 4. So the same applies, the same rules, homework, participation, attendance, of course, written and oral exam. Okay, let's try to remember. Well, let's have a little reminder of what we have seen so far in unit 3. Make this bigger. So we start talking about world cultures, right? We have, as usual, 4 lessons. The main topics of each lesson: simple present passive. Let me use red color. Remember, this is the context, right? World cultures, but the main topic is simple passive. We started yesterday with manners, verbs plus ing, and verbs to plus verb. That's what we saw yesterday. Today, we are doing lesson lesson C. Let me ask you something first. I have a question for you. Tell me if you know this word. Well, before I forget, sorry for that. Today is Thursday. August 5, 2021. We are doing unit 3, and today's lesson D. Remember, lesson D, it's about reading, comprehension, and writing. So we need to explore those 2 skills, okay? But my question is, in this lesson, we're going to learn sounding more direct. The question is, do you know this word, homesick? Do you have any idea what it means? It's a compound word. As you see, you have home. Yes, you know what home means. And you have sick, homesick. Does anybody have an idea what it means? Just put the 2 words together, home, sick. What happens when you're sick?
Sick is with you are living some disease, teacher.
Is where? Say
For
again?
example, sick when some people have some disease.
Well, yes, that's sick.
Yes.
Disease.
Or maybe some people is sick in and this person stay in his home.
Yes, well, similar. Yes, I wanna, you said word, Jasmine, you said disease, and we have sickness.
This is sickness. Okay.
Do you know the difference?
This is sickness.
For example, coronavirus is a disease. It is contagious. Coronavirus, HIV, those are diseases, plural diseases.
Oh.
Sickness is about when you're sick, you have the flu, you have a cold, you have cough. That's a sick.
Okay.
I am sick. That's when you say, I am sick, right? I'm sick. I don't feel good. I'm tired. I have a headache. I have flu. I have all this, that's sick.
Okay.
But if you say, I have a disease, is when you have something contagious. Like you have HIV, you have coronavirus, you know, something that you transmit to others. It's a virus, usually virus, or could be a bacteria. But we were analyzing the word homesick.
Oh, homesick, teacher, when I feel sad
Yes.
or I want to cry.
Well, that's when it's homesick is because you are away from home. You are not in your house.
Uh-huh.
You are living or staying somewhere else, like in a different city or different country. And you're sad, right? Right?
Yes.
You have some nostalgia about your family, about many things, especially it's when you miss something from your, let's see, Gloria moved to France. She moved to France, but she misses Mexico. She's always thinking about Mexico, our food, um, her family, and she's sad that she's homesick. She misses the mariachi, she misses the gastronomy, she misses mole, she misses anything, everything in Mexico. Why? Because you are in a different city or in a different country. Yes? Sometimes you miss something simple, but you're in a different place and you are homesick. That's when you
Homesick.
say, I'm homesick. It means you are not sick. You're just sad. You're sad thinking about your country or your city. Could be Gloria moves to Querétaro, let's say, but you miss Acapulco, right? Or you miss, Jasmine is in Chihuahua and she moves to Acapulco, she will miss Chihuahua, right? You will be sad because you miss your family and your place.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That's homesick.
Mhm.
Just I needed to explain that word to you. So analyzing, that's what we are doing in this lesson.
Could you repeat, teacher?
No, this is what we are going to do in this lesson, lesson C.
Okay.
That's going to be the context in the lesson. So this is just a small review. Present passive, exercises, speak naturally, silent syllables. We did these two. More exercises. Manners, we will start talking about manners, yes, yesterday. That was from yesterday. We have these exercises, new vocabulary like cutting line, keep your voice down, bowing, shaking hands, staring at, walking barefoot, etc. We discussed what was acceptable and it was not acceptable. We learned this. If you use ing at the beginning of a sentence, the verb is used as a subject. Here you have the grammar. For those who weren't here yesterday, I recommend you to watch the video as soon as I have it. Okay? So this is a very easy topic. We did this yesterday. And the last exercise before we start unit C is a speaking practice. So we have some statements here, some sentences. So what you have to do is to discuss those statements. If you agree or disagree, these ones from 1 to 10. Remember we said here the difference between manners and etiquette. It's different. You have it here. Okay, just this a little reminder. Jasmine, can you read it, please?
Yes, teacher. Difference between manners and etiquette. What to do is manners. How well do you eat is etiquette? For example, eating manners is take the food from the serving plate to your mouth, chew, swallow its manners. It is how we eat of the manner of eating. Etiquette is do you follow socially acceptable behavior while you eat. That is, do you ensure to use clean, hygienic spoon? Do you take the food from the plate without making any noise so that it doesn't disturb the people around you? Chew food with your lips closed so that you do not spit on others or make them discomfortable by talking and chewing at the same time.
Yes, excellent. We talked about that yesterday. The difference between those two, etiquette and manners. Um, so as we said, etiquette is when you follow something socially acceptable. Especially like when we go to a wedding or a quinceañera or something, right? How you behave with the others in society. We
Okay.
say manners, as you see here, what to do is manners, right? How well you do it is etiquette. How well you do it. So we saw that difference yesterday. So I mentioned this because we have an exercise here.
Okay.
Gloria, could you please read the instructions, please?
Letter B, teacher.
Letter B.
Okay. Pair work. Discuss the statements about which ones do you agree with? Can you add more etiquette advice?
Yes, discuss the statements above. Discuss the statements above.
Discuss the above.
Above, not about.
Above.
Which one do you agree with? Can you add more etiquette advice? We have one example.
Example.
Can you, Felix, can you read the example, please?
Okay. Yeah. Taking another friend with you is rude, especially if you're not paying. But it's not rude to invite another friend if it's a casual even out.
Yeah, that's also very important. If you have let's say you have an invitation to a party, right? To a wedding, and you take a friend to the party, so it's not okay, it's rude, right? Because you were the only one who was invited. Unless you tell the host, right? Can I take a friend with me? So I want you to discuss those, please. Let me see, Justin, Gloria, Judith, Felix, Guadalupe, Daniela, Amaru. All right, it's 4:51. Let me check the assistants. Felix, Judith, Jasmine, Alejandro is not here. Lucia, she quit. Yoran is not here anymore. Diane hasn't been here a week. Laura is here, Gloria is here, Sue is not here, Daniela is here, yes, and Lupita. Excellent. Okay, let's do some things, please, and let's discuss that exercise. You can take a picture or do whatever you have to do. This one. It's, let's see, 4:52, 8 minutes. You're 7. So I want you to hear speaking and discussing and using all of what we learned in this topic. To taking what we learned in this, hold on. Okay, let's do it, please. Go to the breakout rooms.
Okay.
Teacher, me podría mandar a los grupos reducidos?
Yeah, yeah, give me 1 second.
Es que me sacó.
Yes, hold on. All right, guys, let's see. I just send the grammar chart to the WhatsApp group so you can check in detail what this is about. We did this exercise yesterday. Let me show you here. Hold on, please. We did this exercise yesterday, but for those who weren't here, just for a little reminder, we were talking about this. This is the verb plus ing and to plus verb, preposition or not. Remember, when you start a sentence, you never start with to eat. Eating, in this case, eating is, here we use eating as a subject. Yes, subject. It is not eating, ing, the present continuum. It's subject. Eating in public is bad manners. Saying when we use not at the beginning, not shaking hands is impolite. Please pay attention to this. I recommend you to study during the weekend. Watch the video, every detail. Okay, because that was the last topic. It's easy to understand. That's why you have the exercises. Do your homework. So very good for you. I mean, it's better for you. So you can see the difference. Verb plus ing as a subject, verb plus ing after preposition. Remember, some of the common mistakes is when you use prepositions and you use for eat, for play, for do, for go. You have to use ing. We don't have only for. We have by. We have many prepositions. The same here. When you have it at the beginning, like here. It's bad manners to eat in public. It's impolite not to shake. Remember this not, we explained this yesterday. Not is just before the action you don't want to do. In this case, it's shake, not to shake. Like not shaking, not to shake hands. Position of not. You comes before the word it negates. Be careful not to point at people. Be careful not to do that. You can offend people by not bowing. We have a preposition here. Every time you see a preposition, the verb has to be with ing. Notice the difference in meaning. It's acceptable not to tip. We have not before the main verb, right? It's acceptable not to tip cab drivers, so it's optional. But if you put not after the subject, it's not acceptable. The meaning changes. It means you shouldn't do it. Yes. It was just a grammar from yesterday. So we have more. Give me 1 second. Something more direct or direct. Let me use. First question. What kind of things do people miss about home when they move abroad? Let's go back to the conversation, the first conversation. Maru, let me ask you, if you go to the United States, what things do you think you're gonna miss? If you win.
What kind of things
What
do
miss
people miss about Europe? I think the food.
the food?
Yes, the food. The family,
Yes.
friends.
All right, excellent. What about Daniela? What about you? If you move to another country, anywhere in the world, what things would you miss?
Two especially things: my mother's food and my family.
Your family in general. Excellent. What about you, Jasmine?
The family, teacher, and the weather,
The weather. Yes.
and
Well, yes.
the
It's a cold place. Yes.
yes. And for example, when we had different schedule, schedule,
Different what? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
schedule. I don't know how do you say different hours, different time, teacher.
Son?
For example, here in Chihuahua, in this moment, it's 4 p.m.
Ah, okay.
In
We
Mexico,
call
I think
time
it's
zone.
5. Yes, different.
Time zone. Yes.
Time zone. Yes.
Well, it's not a big deal. Like when you go to Europe, it's about 8 or 9 hours different. Yasmin, I mean, Gloria, what would you miss if you move to another country?
I miss my family, my house, my bed is important for me.
Yes.
My bed is the food with the other countries different the food.
Yeah, it's a little bit different, even though you find Mexican food everywhere,
Yes.
right? It's not the same flavor.
Yes, yes. I need a chili.
Yeah, no, well, depends where you go. If you go to United States or somewhere, for example, you go to Los Angeles, to LA, Chicago, New York, Florida, you might find those, right? But if you move to another state, where it's mostly white people, like gringos, it's different.
Yes,
It's different to find Mexican products there. Okay, Felix, what about you? You move to another country. What would you miss?
Repeat the question, please.
Yeah, it's the same question for everybody. If you move, if you go to a different country, let's see, you go to the United States, what would you miss?
Well, what?
Yes?
I don't listen. Good teacher.
You don't listen or you don't understand?
I don't listen.
Okay, if you move to another country, well, first, can everybody hear me? Jasmine, Gloria, can you hear me?
Yes, teacher, of course.
yes,
I am
teacher.
sorry, teacher, yes.
Okay, so Felix, can you hear me now?
Okay, yes.
Okay. Seems it's always hard for you to listen to me. I don't know if it's your sound, your audio. Anyway, if you move, Felix, if you move to a different country, let's say you go to, you move to, let's say Chicago, not too far, because I was living in Chicago. What do you think you will miss from Mexico?
I don't understand the question, teacher.
Well, this is a simple question, basic questions. I have made these questions to everybody. You go to the United States, you're going to live there.
Yes.
You're going to live there. So you have to leave your family in Mexico, your country. What do you miss most about your place, your city, your country? Miss. Do you understand the verb miss? M-I-S-S?
Yes.
Felix?
Yes, teacher.
No, Felix, Felix,
Ok,
sorry.
perdón. No sabe.
Miss more about home.
Uh-huh.
Eh,
Yeah, all of you, for example, Gloria says she would miss her family, the food, the Mexican food, right? Everybody agreed they would miss their family. Yeah, because it's the most important, right?
okay. Well, I miss my family too, no?
I don't know, you?
Because yes, because is the most important in in the cualquier familia,
Yes.
de cualquier persona.
Yeah, when you have some kind of nostalgia, when you're nostalgic about your country, the first thing that comes to your mind is your family, right? The food, you said the food, those taquitos, right? Those taquitos, they are different. The ones from Mexico are different from the ones in the United States. Why? Because the ingredients and how they make it. For example, you don't have tortillerias there. The tortillas are in package, so it's different. Anyway, let's continue. Let's continue so we can finish this lesson. Lupita, can you read instructions in letter B, please?
Yes, teacher. Per word, discuss the statements above. Which one do you agree with? Can you add more etiquette advice?
I don't know where you are now, Lupita.
What?
Let me see.
Sorry.
I am asking you to read what you see on the screen and you read
Yes.
letter B.
Sorry. Yes.
You are kind of lost.
What kind of thing? There is some.
Yellow, the yellow part.
Yes. Okay. Listen. What would David miss if he left Brazil?
Yes, that's a supposition, right? What would David, the guy, the person, would miss if he left Brazil?
Brazil.
Okay, pay attention, listen, and then you listen for the second time, but you have to take notes. Okay? Please
Okay.
pay attention. No books, close your books. See how well you can understand, please.
Okay.
Page 26, Lesson C. To be honest. 1. Conversation strategy. Sounding more direct. B. Listen. What would David miss if he left Brazil?
So, when you're living here, do you miss home?
I don't miss too much, to be honest. I miss my family, of course.
Right.
But I definitely don't miss the food. I miss my family. That's about it.
So, if you went back home, would you miss lots of things about Brazil?
Oh, yeah. I'd absolutely miss the food here. Yeah. But actually, I think the biggest thing would be, it would be weird for me to live in a country where I knew the language already, where all I have to do is work. I just don't see a challenge in that. You know, here, every day is a challenge speaking the language.
Uh-huh.
In fact, living back home would be boring, I think. I honestly don't know what I'd do.
All right, one more time, please. Take notes.
Page 26, Lesson C. To be honest. 1. Conversation strategy. sounding more direct. B, listen. What would David miss if he left Brazil?
So, when you're living here, do you miss home?
I don't miss too much, to be honest. I miss my family, of course,
Right.
but I definitely don't miss the food. I miss my family. That's about it.
So, if you went back home, would you miss lots of things about Brazil?
Oh, yeah. I'd absolutely miss the food here. Yeah. But actually, I think the biggest thing would be, it would be weird for me to live in a country where I knew the language already, where all I have to do is work. I just don't see a challenge in that. You know, here, every day is a challenge speaking the language.
Uh-huh.
In fact, living back home would be boring, I think. I honestly don't know what I'd do.
Okay, what do you think? What do you think about this interview to David, or this conversation?
David says, teacher, that he will meet only his family.
Only?
Yes.
David said he misses his family, but honestly, he misses the food, no?
Okay, yes.
Yes. Remember, we are using would. That's a supposition. That's something imaginary, right? If he left Brazil. What else? Anybody else? Lupita, what do you think, Lupita? What do you understand? Would you like to listen one more time?
Yes. What do you miss most about home?
Well, pay attention one more
Yes.
time. Pay
Yes,
attention.
please. Okay.
And follow the instructions. What would David miss if he left Brazil?
Yes.
Page 26, Lesson C. To be honest. 1. Conversation strategy. Sounding more direct. B. Listen. What would David miss if he left Brazil?
So, when you're living here, do you miss home?
I don't miss too much, to be honest. I miss my family, of course,
Right.
but I definitely don't miss the food. I miss my family. That's about it.
So, if you went back home, would you miss lots of things about Brazil?
Oh, yeah. I'd absolutely miss the food here. Yeah. But actually, I think the biggest thing would be, it would be weird for me to live in a country where I knew the language already, where all I have to do is work. I just don't see a challenge in that. You know, here, every day is a challenge speaking the language.
Uh-huh.
In fact, living back home would be boring, I think. I honestly don't know what I'd do.
Okay. Well, can you tell me about it, Lupita?
Yes. He misses his family and the food.
Yes.
But yes, but the language.
What about the language? What does he say about that?
Portuguese.
I think in Portuguese, yes, because
Yes, maybe.
Yes. So what does he say? Let's see, Daniela. Well, he talks about challenge.
He says the language it's a challenge because every day when he go out, maybe it's a challenge speaking the language. Portuguese, I think.
Portuguese, I guess, right? The same if you go to the United States, right? You need to speak English all the time, so it's gonna be a challenge for you. So it's a better way to improve your level So why did he say it's boring? Let's see who did.
Yes, teacher.
He mentioned something about being boring in the country.
Yes. Well, I understood that he go back to his country. It could be boring because he used to do many things in Brazil, but are something different about his country, his real country.
Right. So because
So,
you have only work, right? Only work, work, work. Yes, excellent. Gloria, what do you understand about the conversation? Gloria, are you there? Gloria? I don't think so. Felix, what do you understand? Can you hear me? Yes or not? Jasmine, can you hear me?
Your audio is okay, teacher. Yes.
All right.
Yes. I think that Gloria and Felix have some problems.
Okay, Maru, are you there?
Yes, teacher, I'm here.
Okay, what do you understand about the conversation?
Yes, okay. David say he misses his family and the food, and every day he challenged the language.
Yes. Excellent. That's a challenge, right? To speak a different language.
Yes.
Excellent. Let's see. Okay, give me just 1 second here. Okay, I just did a collage here. Things that you will miss if you go to another country, right? I still remember I used to miss when I was living in the United States. I said I used because I am living in Mexico. I used to miss the Mexican parties like piñatas, the Christmas with the family, the food, of course, the national anthem, el himno nacional. That's when you are away for so many years, sometimes you miss even the smallest thing like the national anthem, the Mexican flag, seeing like, you people, Mexican people. I still remember the first time I got to the airport and I said, wow, I am in Mexico, because I lasted about 17 years living in the United States.
Teacher?
Yes.
For example, the independence of Mexico.
Mexico's independence, yes.
Yes, Mexican independence, yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, those are the things that you miss most, right? To be with your people, with your family. This is a reading. Okay, let someone to read this, please. Notice. Okay, who did? Can you read the notice, please?
yes, teacher. Notice that when David wants to sound more direct or assertive, he uses expression like this. Find examples in the conversation. Absolutely, definitely, really, actually, certainly, honestly, in fact, to be honest, to tell the truth.
Yeah, those are the expressions. Absolutely, definitely,
Definitely.
really, actually, certainly, honestly, in fact, to be honest, and to tell you the truth. Okay, let's pay attention again one more time. Listen to the pronunciation. So because you're going to read.
Page 26, Lesson C. To be honest. 1. Conversation strategy. Sounding more direct. B. Listen. What would David miss if he left Brazil?
So, when you're living here, do you miss home?
I don't miss too much, to be honest. I miss my family, of course,
Right.
but I definitely don't miss the food. I miss my family. That's about it.
So, if you went back home, would you miss lots of things about Brazil?
Oh, yeah. I'd absolutely miss the food here. Yeah. But actually, I think the biggest thing would be it would be weird for me to live in a country where I knew the language already, where all I have to do is work. I just don't see a challenge in that. You know, here, every day is a challenge speaking the language.
Uh-huh.
In fact, living back home would be boring, I think. I honestly don't know what I'd do.
Excellent. Let's see, Jasmine, Hilda, Daniela, you're David. Please go ahead. Let's practice some reading.
Okay, teacher. So when you're living here, do you miss home?
I don't miss too much, to be honest. I miss my family, of course,
Right.
but I definitely don't miss the food. And I miss, I miss my family, that's about it.
So if you went back home, would you meet lots of things about Brazil?
Oh, yeah, I'd absolutely miss the food here. Yeah, but actually, I think the biggest thing could be, it could be weird for me to live in a country where I knew the language already, where all I have to do is work. I just don't see a challenge in that. You know, here every day is a challenge, is speaking the language.
Oh,
In fact, living back home would be boring. I think I honestly don't know what I what I do.
Okay, excellent. Felix, are you there?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, you with Hilda's turn. Lupita, you're with David.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. So when you live in here, do you miss home?
I don't miss too much. To be honest, I miss my family, of course,
Right.
but I definitely don't miss the food. I miss my family. That's about it.
So if you went back home, would you miss lots of any of thing about Brazil?
Oh yeah, I absolutely miss the food here. Yeah, but actually, I think the biggest thing would be it would be weird for me to live in a country where I knew the language already, where all I have to do is where I just don't see a challenge in that. Here every day is a challenge speaking the language
Uh-huh.
In fact, living back home would be boring. I think I honestly don't know what I do.
Yes, excellent. Pay attention, please. I always repeat the same. Pay attention to commas, periods. Don't read like fast. Yeah, I absolutely miss the food here. Yeah, but I actually think the biggest thing would be slow down, take it easy, nice and slow. Okay, Lupita? Periods and
Yes,
commas. That's what you have the same when you read in Spanish, right?
yes,
So you pay attention to those words in the audio, like definitely, definitely, definitely. Don't miss the food. I miss my family. That's about it. So if you went back home, would you miss a lot of things about Brazil? Oh yeah. I'd here. I'd. It sounds like a D. I'd. No I. I'd. I'd absolutely miss here. The D goes together. When you have this kind of sentences, this Z goes with the vowel. You see, I'd absolutely miss the food here. 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 This is a basic word, Lupita. Here. Here. Yeah, but actually, no, actually,
actually,
so you also must pay attention to the TH pronunciation, right? I think. The biggest thing would be, it would be weird for me to live in a country where I knew the language already. Anyway, just pay attention to your reading and you need to read a lot, much more. Remember, it's a good exercise to read out loud, like now, you know. Sometimes it's good to read just in silence, just with your mind. Let's see who else is here. The last one, and we will continue. Gloria, you're here. I thought you were gone.
Yes, teacher, I am here.
Okay, Maru.
Yes, teacher.
Gloria, you're Hilda. Maru, you're David.
Okay.
So when you living here, do you miss home?
I don't miss too much. To be honest, I miss my family, of course.
Right.
But I definitely don't miss the food. I miss my family. That's about it.
So if you went back home, would you miss lots of things about Brazil?
Oh yeah, I absolutely miss the food here. Yeah, but actually I think the biggest thing will be, it will be where for me to live in a country where I knew the language already, where all I have to do is work. I just don't see a challenge in that. You know, here every day is a challenge speaking the language.
Ooh.
In fact, living back home will be boring, I think. I honestly don't know what I do.
All right, excellent. Okay, some of you have trouble to say this. Like when you are listening, no, oh, Do you remember that song? La 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 la. Yeah. Excellent. Of course. We are going to talk about, of course, but let me ask you first. If you have any questions about new words here in the lesson. New words or vocabulary.
Teacher,
Yes.
weird is the same, the miss?
Weird
Yeah.
is the same like what?
Miss.
No.
It's different?
We use me weird when something is like strange. A situation is weird.
Ah, okay.
Strange. You know, like people who are called weirdos. That's why, because they are weirdos. But sometimes situations are weird, rare, strange.
Okay. Thank
Any
you.
other word? No? Okay.
No, teacher.
Make the statements. Let me see what. Make the statements. Well, let's let somebody. Diane, I think that Diane is here. Yes, Diane.
Yes, teacher.
You were very, very late today. After 5. Remember the class is at 4:30.
Yes.
Can you read the instructions, please, Diane?
Make these statements about living in another country more direct. Use the expressions given. Then discuss each statement with a partner. Do you agree?
Yes. Tomorrow, these sentences, those statements more direct. You need to use these expressions or these adverbs like definitely or in fact, really, actually, to be honest. So you must know where to place them. I definitely miss my friends. In fact, I miss everyone. So normally, if you see here, we have the same. I definitely don't miss the food. You see, definitely is after I and before done. See, it's in the middle. It's because it's negative. When it's affirmative, is a different, you place the adverb in a different way. Let me show you here. Hold on, I'm going back. Hold on. Let's do this, please. From 1 to 6, you have the example. Gloria, can you read the example, letter A and B, please?
Yes, teacher. If I live in another country, I definitely miss you, my friends.
Miss my friends.
Miss my friends, yes. Will, yes, but to be honest, I good to make new friends too.
Well, yes, but to be honest, it's good to make new friends too. Yes? Gloria?
Sorry?
Well, yes, but to be honest, it's good to make new friends too.
Okay, well, yes, good to be honest, I good to make a new friends too.
Here, pay attention, but to be honest, but to be honest,
but to honest, to be honest,
it's good to make new friends.
It's good to make new friends too.
Yes, excellent. Okay, that's the example. So you have to include the word you have in parentheses in the sentences. Could be at the beginning, follow the examples in the middle or at the end. For example, I definitely miss my friends. In fact, I miss everyone. I wouldn't certainly miss the weather. Or I would say, I certainly wouldn't miss the weather because it's negative. Let me put you in some things, please. Please go ahead. Hold on. Give me just 1 second, please. Because we are now more people. So let me include.
Sorry, teacher. I don't know.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I am trying just to fix it.
Okay, thank you.
All right, let's go.
Okay, thank you.
All right, guys, I see you're here. So let's practice. Let's do it fast. Remember in pronunciation, the only thing I heard is the pronunciation of some of these words. Like absolutely, absolutely, definitely, really, actually, certainly, certainly. If you say, most of them are, the stress is in the, for example, in the first letter, the first vowel, definitely, actually, certainly, honestly. Yes, it's in the first syllable. Except absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. In fact, to be honest, when you say to be honest, there's a ST at the end, right? Honest, honest. To tell you the truth, through sounds, you know, you have a TH, through, to tell you the truth, through. So you must be careful when you pronounce these words, especially with the TH sound. And of course, you need to practice, you need to repeat all these absolutely, definitely, really, actually, certainly, honestly, etc. Okay, let's go. We have a few more minutes before we finish. We have 5 minutes. Maru, number 1.
Yes, teacher. I definitely miss my friends. In fact, I miss everyone.
Excellent. Felix, number 2.
Okay. Certainly, I wouldn't miss the weather. Really, no, but I miss the food, really?
I would really miss the food. Yeah, really, you need to place really. Hold on. Here. But I really miss the food. Lupita, number 3.
Yes, teacher. I actually enjoy living in a different culture.
Okay, one more time, Lupita. I didn't hear you.
I actually enjoy living in a different culture.
Culture, yes. Number 4.
Me?
No, number 4, Daniela. Daniela, are you there? I don't think so. Jasmine, number 4.
Yes, teacher. Number 4. To be honest, learning the language could be a challenge.
Okay, it's not honest, it's honest.
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 También es muda ahí. Honest. Like the Mexican, well, the Spanish, not the Mexican.
Okay.
Number 5, Judith.
Okay, teacher, number 5. To tell the truth, I wouldn't miss the lifestyle here.
Yeah, to tell you the truth, I wouldn't miss the lifestyle here. Yes, Gloria, number 6.
Yes, teacher. I think it'd be scary to go abroad on my own. Honestly.
I think, honestly, I honestly think, I honestly think
I'd be scared to go abroad on my own.
yes, it has to be after I. And here I told Felix here, Felix, you did this one, right? Number 2.
Yes.
I certainly I certainly wouldn't miss the weather, but I'd really miss the food. You see how you place? It's here after I. After I. Some of them can be used at the beginning, like this one, to tell you the truth, or in fact, right? But these ones must be placed after the subject with the modal. In this case, I would really miss the food. It here. In this case, number 2 is between I and wouldn't. Why? Because this is negative. So it should be here. I certainly wouldn't miss the weather, but I would really miss the food. You see? Negative form is before wouldn't, before. Affirmative form is after would. I really miss the food. So that's something that you need to learn when you use modals, to be negative before the modal, affirmative after the modal. Okay. Well, we don't have more time. I need to change. I don't know. You have any questions?
No, teacher, it's okay.
No,
Thank
teacher,
you.
it's
All right. I need to
Thank
move
you.
to another room. So we'll continue tomorrow. Oh no, tomorrow. No, tomorrow is Friday. Next week. So enjoy your weekend. Do your homework. Take notes about questions you have in mind, vocabulary, or whatever you need to know, so we can solve it next week. Okay?
Okay, teacher.
Thank
Yes,
you very much.
teacher.
Have a wonderful, beautiful weekend. Okay?
Same to you, teacher.
Yes,
Bye.
teacher. Same to you.
See
See you
you.
next
Take care.
Bye.
Thank you.
week.
Bye-bye.